back here at the Green Bay Packers practice. Head coach Matt LaFleur said this was going to be a tough and physical practice, probably the most hardcore one that they've done thus far this training camp. We just talked, Scott, about a contract situation playing out in Chicago down the road.
Right.
And it makes you think about all the talent that they have at wide receiver on rookie deals here.
Absolutely, because I'm always thinking in the framework of team building. So down in Chicago, Ian just reported how DJ Moore had signed that contract. So they've got a lot of money now put into the receiver position. They can do that because they have a quarterback under a rookie contract. Up here in Green Bay, it's a little bit different. Jordan Love just got a big contract that he earned and deserves. And what fortunately he has is 5 receivers that are first or second year guys, as we mentioned earlier, set an NFL record or the best production since 1970 with first and second year receivers. But what that means, Stacy, is that they are still under their rookie contracts. So as we say, this doesn't always sound good, but it's rent control for the team. So if you're paying in one place, you got to save money somewhere else. That helps with the team building situation here right now.
It does. And if you speak with Scott and Patrick, Brian Gutekunst, the general manager, they know down the road they're going to have probably some, shuffling to do with salaries because of the Jordan Love contract. But as Goody has talked about, it is the most important position. And the Packers have done, I would say, pretty well at the quarterback position over the years. Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love, who actually, in his starting season, had the best numbers of any of those aforementioned quarterbacks. He gets engaged this offseason. Ronica Stone, shout out. Best fiance name on the planet. He gets the contract, but here's what I love about Jordan Love. And if you talk to anybody within this Packers organization, he has been incredibly consistent as we watch him on our screen right now. He has been the mark of what culture is here in Green Bay. And the locker room, I've spoke to a couple members of the staff here this morning. This might be the best locker room over the last 2 seasons that they've had in terms of the culture they're building and the buy-in that they have. And by the way, Romeo Doubs is going to have an exceptional season. He has become a route technician. It's just training camp. But to me, that's really the front runner if you want to talk about wide receiver 1. I mean, Christian Watson is fantastic.
Yep.
But we'll see if he can stay healthy.
And Stacey, this goes back to, you mentioned Brian Gutekunst, which I'm glad you did. The idea and the philosophy that has existed here and has been passed down through generationally is one of player development. And what you need to have player development is to have a head coach and a general manager and those departments on the same page. Where Brian Gutekunst has gone out and gotten the coaches that Matt LaFleur wants and needs, knowing that Matt has not only himself but a staff to develop those players in order to build a team. Watching Jordan Love do it this way, again, we go back a couple of years ago, and the front office, Brian Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur were taking a lot of heat because they weren't drafting wide receivers at a certain level. But they had a plan. They executed the plan. They had a quarterback that they thought was going to be able to, in Jordan Love, that was going to be able to develop those players. And here we sit now, again, a young team that is a good football team that's in a good salary cap situation as well, Patrick.
It's very difficult to think of duplicating this success elsewhere, right? Because the structure, top to bottom in the organization, kind of allows you to do that. And even if you had 5 first-round picks, it would be difficult to get a Jaden Reed, a Dontavian Wicks, a Christian Watson, a Romeo Doubs. It's very difficult to find those guys in the first place, right?
It is.